Disney and Marvel Animation finally dropped the trailer for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's a new Spider-Man animated series, originally set in the MCU. Now it's a standalone project. However, it was meant with a little bit of hesitation.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast, where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. Alright, so I'm going to break down the trailer for the new show, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Now, originally, the show was going to be titled Spider-Man Freshman Year, and it was going to feature a prequel story about Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe prior to the events of Captain America Civil War, of course, when he met Tony Stark. Like I said, this was announced like 3 years ago, and they released some test art for it and the logo, and fans weren't really impressed with either. So, somewhere along the way, the name changed to Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider Man, and it was revealed that it would in fact be a standalone project. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not doing the thing other YouTubers do where they have the trailer kind of in a corner and I'm actively reacting to it, it's because every time I have tried that in the past, I would get copyright claims, so I just gave up doing that. So, basically, what you see in the trailer is Spider Man, Peter Parker, wakes up, he uses his spider powers to get ready for school. Then it shows him going to school and he's being real clumsy. He's pretending to be clumsy so people won't know that he's Spider Man. And he embarrasses himself in front of like four of his female peers, his female classmates. Okay, way to emasculate him again. So then he hears a police siren. He makes an excuse to go to the bathroom, changes into this very rudimentary and quite frankly lame Spider Man outfit. One of the thugs is streaming himself and they're attacking a person who you find out is Harry Osborne. And of course, he's race swapped in this. After he saves Harry, the villains kind of make fun of his costume. And then he looks at Harry and says, "Is this costume lame?" And Harry goes, "Eh." Then we get a little bit more of a montage. And then you see him go to Oscorp, where Norman Osborn, who is also race swapped for some reason, is wanting to help him be Spider Man. So he gives him a new suit, the all white suit with a black spider, and this is a reference to his Future Foundation suit. I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but he's really excited about this new costume, and it shows him in a montage finding the bad guys. And then it kind of ends where we see a clip of Aunt May and the classic Spider Man is playing in the background, and then it comes up Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So that's the gist of the trailer. Maybe I should be the voice of the trailer. Walking away from this, I came away with a couple of thoughts, and since this is my YouTube channel, I'm going to share it with you. And since this is my vidcast, I'm going to share them with you. Okay, to start, what is with this animation? This is not impressive. Come on, guys, gals at Disney, you can do better than this. We all have seen it. So basically, the animation, and I'll put an example up here on the screen, it looks very much like the thing they're doing now where they're making 3D models, but then they're putting 2D shells over those 3D models to, basically save money because people are kind of tired of the 3D look, and I don't really blame them. Nothing's really been good even at Pixar for a long time. What's problem is the colors don't seem contrasted very well, and they confuse you more than anything. It doesn't look good. They don't look sharp. Now, the character design for Peter Parker looks okay, but not really for any of the other characters. And I will say the Future Foundation suit looks really cool. I do like how that looks. Now, some of you might go, "Oh, why can't he be classic red and blue?" I have a feeling at the end of this first season, he will get his classic red and blue suit. But the Future Foundation suit was basically Reed Richards and Sue Storm, Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. They started this organization called the Future Foundation, and they hired Spider-Man to be one of their agents. And like I said, it was that all white suit with the large black spider. It looks very similar to the anti-venom suit that Spider-Man wears in the PS5 Spider-Man 2 game. And I also think the Future Foundation costume you could unlock in both the PS4 Spider-Man and the PS5 Spider-Man 2 games. Anyway, I actually think that costume is cool. I do like the red and blue one, but I get why the show wanted to give it its own take and its own look at the Spider-Man outfit. I don't blame them for that, but the animation itself, it does not impress me. The characters look almost uncanny in skin tone and facial features and outfits. It's really, really weird. I don't know why they decided to go that route, especially knowing that fans didn't react well to the original test images from Spider Man freshman year. Also, I don't get the voice cast, particularly for Spider-Man. The rest of the voice cast I wasn't impressed with. Again, that's just kind of the theme for this. It's not impressive. Why didn't they bring back Josh Keaton or Drake Bell to voice Spider-Man? The two of them are still around. They still are popular with fans. Yes, I know that there are fans probably on Reddit and Tumblr and Mastodon and Blue Sky who, if you cast one of them, like, oh, this is probably a continuation or whatever. But I think most fans would be smart enough to know, because I've got to be honest, this new Spider-Man voice actor, he sounds very nasally. I don't know why Marvel, Sony, and Disney want to emasculate Peter Parker so much. Peter Parker, yeah, it's true, he's kind of this nerdy guy, but he was still kind of good looking and he had a normal voice. He didn't sound like this, even as Spider Man. I don't know why they did that. Josh Keaton, in particular, is on everyone's radar after he appeared as Agent Spider in Invincible. It would have been really cool to see him return to the webs. And yeah, sure, like I said, people would speculate whether it was connected to Spectacular Spider Man or Ultimate Spider Man had they cast Drake Bell. But I think that would have earned this a little bit more goodwill. I honestly do. I think had they cast someone familiar in the voice of Spider Man, it would have hyped fans up enough. So even with the race swapping and the weird animation, I think that having someone that they knew would work better and more in their favor. And finally, the characters. Who were all these people? I didn't recognize any of them. I didn't recognize a Flash Thompson. I didn't recognize Liz Allen. I didn't recognize Betty Brant or Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy or any of the other characters who would have gone to Peter Parker's high school. I don't know who any of them are. It seems like they just want to embarrass Peter and make him look like a chump instead of showing for, being the scientific genius he is. Now, I have a feeling that they're going to introduce Miles Morales at some point and maybe even Anya, perhaps Cindy Moon, which I would like to see Cindy Moon. She's actually one of the few Spider-Man spin-off characters that I like, and I even think she's my favorite alternative girlfriend to Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. That's just my personal opinion. What I'm wondering is, are all these characters going to be scientific geniuses? Because that was my problem with Marvel's Spider-Man, which was Disney's first attempt at doing a Spider-Man animated series, was all of his friends were scientists. Like, why not make him and maybe Gwen Stacy if you want, since she's his first girlfriend in the show, the two of them scientists, but then why not have Anya be good at, say, history or design or whatever, or Miles Morales, he's into music and he's very accomplished in that, and art, right? Why do they all have to be scientific geniuses like Peter? That doesn't make any sense to me. It got to where they all kind of blended together and it didn't really work out that well. So hopefully they won't make that mistake in this show. Back to unrecognizable characters. The only reason I knew who Norman was is because they say it in the trailer and they connect him to Harry, obviously. Plus, the only reason I knew who Aunt May was is they kind of made it obvious in the trailer, but everyone else, other than Peter Parker, I didn't recognize any of them. All that to say, I don't think that this is going to continue to, hype this up. I really think that this is going to be a swing and a miss from Disney. I think fans are not going to be excited for it, especially with the race swapping. Everyone's kind of tired of that, especially since there are black characters in the Spider-Man comic books that they could have put forward in this, but no, you've got to race swap Norman Osborn for whatever reason and just continue down that woke identity politics pathway. It looks like all of the people saying, "Oh, we've defeated woke. It's the end of woke." That was kind of premature. That we're still going to get more wokeness. We're still going to get more identity politics. And that's disappointing because Spider-Man seems to be the last Marvel character that people actually care about. And I think that how they've mismanaged him in animation, how they're mismanaging in the comic books, how Sony mismanaged their spin-off universe, how Disney is underutilizing Spider-Man in the MCU. I think that that's going to continue to cause some friction and that we're going to, just see this kind of crash and burn. And it's a shame because everyone wanted to like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but sending him back to high school again, retelling his origin again, downplaying his Uncle Ben's connection to him again, all that is doing is burning the goodwill of the fans. And Disney made this bed, they're going to have to lie in it. If you like that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, let them know what you think about the channel, leave me a comment and tell me what you think about this video, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. Don't forget to head over to my website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where you can sign up for free just with your email or on the WordPress app, and there are no ads. I post an article a day, sometimes more, and it has even more pop culture commentary that you can enjoy. So yeah, head on over and sign up there. If you want to support me in the work I do, click on the link to my locals community. It's in the description of this video. You can sign up for a monthly subscription, or you can send my articles tips, and I do post exclusive articles there, not to mention my short stories are posted there exclusively. So head on over there and sign up. Another way you can support me, speaking of my stories, is by buying my books. I've got 4 out right now, and a 5th one is on the way. You can pick up your copy of Cacophony, A Tale of Faith and Fear. It is a supernatural thriller about a group of demons that want to take over a small town in Texas, but God sends some angels to protect the town. I think you're going to like it. It's full of action, adventure, and some really intense supernatural thrills. If you're more into fantasy, pick up my Sword and Sorcery trilogy, The Seven Royals. The first book is All Good Things. The sequel is Breaking the Stars. It is about a group of your favorite fairy tale characters who have to stop a dark army from taking over their lands. So check it out. The third one is on its way. I will not George R.R. Martin this. The finale is coming soon. Last but certainly not least, my latest novella, Blessed Child. It is also a fantasy. It's unrelated to my previous books, but it follows an elf princess who discovers she is pregnant with a human child, sending her kingdom into turmoil. As a result, her father, the king of the elves, hires a knight who has been disgraced, but he's on the path to redemption to protect her. And the two of them form an unlikely friendship as they face all kinds of harrowing events, but the princess maintains her courage under fire. You can get one or all 4 at Amazon.com. Pick them up and leave me a 5-star review. It really helps out small indie creators like myself. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.